Do you feel like you're stuck in a rut and not making the progress in your personal development that you wanted? There are several things you can do to get unstuck from this rut and start progressing as a man again. And today we're going to talk about one of my all-time very favorites. It's called bookending your day with a morning and evening routine. Let's do this. So here's why having a morning and evening routine can help you be more focused, less stressed, and more successful. First, it ensures the really important things get done. While we generally can't control what goes on in the middle of the day, we can usually control how we begin and end our day. So take advantage of this fact by incorporating your most important tasks, actions, and behaviors into your morning and evening routines. So for example, I know many businessmen who refuse to check email first thing in the morning. Instead, their morning routine consists of waking up, getting dressed, and spending an hour working on their most important task of the day, even before they get into the office. This ensures they accomplish their task before the chaos and interruptions of the workday get in the way. Now for me, if I don't exercise first thing in the morning, I won't exercise that day. I just don't have time for it. So daily exercise is part of my morning routine. Journal writing is another important thing for me, and if I don't set aside a specific time just for journaling, it just doesn't get done. Thus, journal writing is part of my evening routine. Bookending your day gives you time to moonlight. I get a lot of letters and emails from men along the lines of, I'm unhappy with my career and really dream of doing X instead. What should I do? And my answer is almost always the same. Don't quit your job yet. Moonlight and hustle in your spare time until your dream job becomes a truly viable option. And the best time to do that is in the mornings and evenings before and after your current job. It reduces decision fatigue. According to psychologist Roy Baumeister, we all have a finite amount of willpower that we can expend during the day. Mental energy that is depleted by every decision, big or small, we have to make. In our crazy, hectic modern life, we're inundated with choices. Should I check email or work on this memo? Do I surf the art of manliness or Reddit? You get the idea. Surf the art of manliness. By the end of the day, our willpower reserve is running on empty, which results in us being irritable bores, making poor decisions, and taking the path of least resistance. When given the choice between going to the gym or playing video games, we're probably going to choose video games. While it's possible to increase the amount of willpower we have at our disposal, Baumeister suggests an additional tactic in the fight against decision fatigue, and that's to manage our mental energy more efficiently throughout the day. And one way we can do this is by making positive behaviors and important tasks routine parts of our day. When something becomes routine, we no longer have to think about it. It's set on autopilot. Instead of having to use willpower to decide whether or not you'll work out that day, you simply work out because that's part of your morning routine. The less you have to think about doing something, the more you'll actually do it. That's the power of routines. It keeps you grounded. For me, the biggest benefit of morning and evening routines is that they keep me grounded and sane. It doesn't matter how crazy things get during the day. It's comforting to know exactly what will happen at the day's beginning and end. My routines give me a sense of control over my life and helps me recalibrate my psyche so I can be a more effective man. Okay, so let's talk about what you can do to help create your own morning and evening routines. First, look at your most important goals. Are there any habits or behaviors you need to instill in yourself to achieve those goals? Make those behaviors or habits part of your morning and evening routines. So for example, maybe your goal is to write a novel this year. Make writing for 30 minutes uninterrupted the first thing you do every morning. If your goal is to learn Spanish, make studying a Spanish grammar book part of your evening routine. And if dropping 30 pounds is your goal, make exercise the first thing you do in the morning. Now, while the tasks you decide to include in your morning and evening routines are going to vary depending on your goals, I'd like to suggest one habit to include in yours. Every evening, review the day's work and plan your day for tomorrow. In the morning, review your schedule and your long and short-term goals. I promise that if you do these two things, you'll find yourself more focused and will accomplish much more during the day. And for more information on how to plan your day and your week, check out the video we did a while back ago on the topic. Next, make your routine firm by writing it down. Evening and morning routines lose all their power if they are kept vague. You can't say, I'll get up whenever and do such and such a thing for a while or so, and then I'll go to bed when I start feeling tired and read for a bit. These indefinite bookends are loose knots that are bound to come undone. Your routine must be firmly set in place. Know exactly what activities you're going to do during your routines, what order you'll do them in, and how much time you'll spend on each thing, and then write it down. Adapt your routines as your life changes. While your current routines must be firm, they're probably going to change as you pass through different seasons of your life. So for example, my morning and evening routines changed after I graduated from law school. And they changed again once I started having kids. And my routines are probably going to start, keep changing as my kids get older and as I take on different responsibilities. And by the way, when you have kids, your evening and morning routines are going to become more vital. Now, when it comes to your morning and evening routines, be flexible and adapt, but try to keep a steady routine going in your life. Remember, morning and evening routines lay the groundwork for your success as a man. Get inspired by the morning and evening routines of great men. When I read the biographies of great men, I'm always on the lookout for insights into their morning and evening routines. I figure if they've done something repeatedly every morning and night, it might be worth me incorporating that into my own personal routines. So for example, William Blake had this to say about morning and evening routines: think in the morning, act in the noon, read in the evening, and sleep at night. It's actually not bad advice. When I was in law school, I actually set aside time in the morning just to think about a legal issue I was trying to untangle for my law review article. My mind seemed just more nimble first thing in the morning. As Secretary of State and President John Quincy Adams skinny dipped in the Potomac River in the morning, always trying to see how long he could swim without touching the bottom. And he got up to about 80 minutes before his wife told him to knock it off. What a buzzkill. So as you read the biographies of famous men, take note of their morning and evening routines. And if you like something they did, incorporate their behaviors into your own routines. And one place you can find routines of all sorts of famous individuals, particularly famous writers and artists, is the blog Daily Routines. Well, there you go, why and how to start a morning and evening routine. I hope this video was helpful. I promise you, as you establish morning and evening routines in your own life, you'll find yourself much more focused, much more productive, and a lot less stressed. Until next time, this is Brett McKay telling you to stay manly.